A federal threat assessment is warning officials about the possibility of violent attacks at this month's Democratic National Convention. It will be in Chicago. The report cites concerns over retaliatory attacks against Democrats for the attempted assassination of former President Trump. Here with us now, former CIA agent and former FBI special agent, NewsNation national security contributor, Tracy Walder. Good morning, Tracy. Welcome back. I want to talk about this threat assessment. It was a joint project by a number of agencies, including the FBI, the Department of Homeland Security. When assessing these threats, and I'm so curious as I'm reading about this, how do these agencies determine what's credible and what to look for? To me, with someone not in the field, it seems like a needle in a haystack.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Hena. And you're right, it is a needle in a haystack. That is the issue. Sometimes we can become far too overwhelmed with threats, and that is people's job, to go through and run every single threat down. I think the issue that we're seeing here at the DNC convention is you do not just have a political threat, as you mentioned, but you have an ideological threat as well. If we remember, Director Wray of the FBI said that one of the biggest threats right now are Lone Rangers, particularly ISIS. And so that's very concerning, and that's an added layer.
What measures are the agencies like the Chicago local law enforcement taking now to ensure safety at the DNC? Of course, we're expecting thousands of people there, especially after the security failure that led to the assassination attempt on our former president.
Yeah, so the United Center has actually had some issues. Back in May, when they were having a hiring event for volunteers for the DNC, someone did try to make their way in and then recorded it and put it on social media, really showing all of their vulnerabilities. So there are some issues. Primarily, local law enforcement is responsible in the months leading up to the DNC for securing it. The Secret Service is then responsible sort of in the immediate days leading up to it when the actual potential candidate is there. And so really what I think they are going to focus on is making that perimeter larger. As we saw in Pennsylvania, in my opinion, that perimeter was far too small. And so they are going to make that perimeter larger. That's the first thing you want to do in an event like this, is extend that out as far as possible. I think security lines are going to be exceptionally long, and that's a good thing, and people really need to pack their patience.
Yeah, especially after the failures in Pennsylvania. There's another story I want to ask you about, Tracy, that we've been watching. It's that foiled attack plan for a Taylor Swift concert in Vienna, Austria. 3 teenagers, they're in custody. At least one has pledged allegiance to ISIS-K. What should be done to stop this kind of radicalization, especially when it comes to those loners, as you mentioned earlier, as FBI Director Wray mentioned?
You know, it's so interesting. Obviously, the work that I did, I am surprised that people are surprised that ISIS utilizes social media so much. And they've been doing so for well over a decade, almost 15 years now. In 2016, they had 350,000 ISIS ran accounts on Twitter, now X. So that's even larger now today. This is what ISIS does. This is what separates them from Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda tends to use print medium to recruit people through magazines, those kinds of things. ISIS has always harnessed social media, and the thing that's interesting is it's all out in the open. It's X, it's YouTube, it's TikTok, it's Instagram, and then they take those conversations into the dark web. So it's actually happening right in front of our eyes.
That is troublesome. Tracy, the Pentagon has warned ISIS attacks could double this year. You and I have talked about this in the past. How concerned should we be with large gatherings, whether it's a concert or a convention?
Look, I'm going to be very honest. You've met my daughter. I took her to a Taylor Swift concert, and I didn't have any qualms about it. The reality is we cannot stop living simply because of these terrorist attacks, because if we stop living, then the terrorists win. However, I do think that we need to be vigilant. And if you see anything that seems off, no matter what it is, I think nothing is too small to alert authorities about it. I also think, too, from a security perspective, one of the things these large concert venues are going to be doing is vetting their employees differently and possibly having them engage in counterterrorism training. Great Britain already does that every 3 years, and I suspect we're going to be doing that as well.
That is so interesting. I, too, went to a Taylor Swift concert. Tell your beautiful young daughter I say hello. Tracy Walder, thank you so much for the insight. Thank you.
Thank you, Hena.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.